It's like, all right, that's silly. Okay, so we got human versus spiritual being slash better person. Because at the end of the day, when I look at the result of who I am, when I start to reflect, I say, you know what? I have become a better person, but I feel like a spiritual being because I am a being and I am spiritual. But also, I'm being spiritual, but also, I am a spiritual type of being having a human experience. And does that even make sense? I'm having a human experience. So I'm experiencing what it's like to be human, but I am a spiritual being. But I once forgot that I was a spiritual being. So I stopped being spiritual because I forgot I was a spiritual being in a human body. It's like, so, so at the same time, there's this consciousness, right? So the reason why I just want to talk about this again is just pretty much, just to get people to know that, I mean, if you're on a path to learning about who you are and why you even came here to be, or just want to know more about yourself, um, but all I would do is make you a better person. And if you're a better person or being your best self, then you're going to be a success in your own unique way, the way you're meant to be versus um, the external world pushing you along off your path into something more superficial, you know, because, the environment, the society that we live in, is designed to, it's not really designed to do that. It's like we come here born knowing who we are first, and then we start to slowly forget. And then we try to, naturally go into the in crowd. We want to join. We want to become one with everyone else. But because everyone's, being guided by a system that, you know, and that system is teaching us who we should be because it feeds the system. The system gets wealthy and richer and make more, and but it does that because it feeds off the people that it guides. So it's just the way it is. It's not about being good or evil or who's bad or good or anything like that. It's just that the exterior world is an illusion anyway because we're spiritual beings, which is the real version of who we are, and then we're also experiencing being human, having new experiences, which I understand. So anyway, so back to the subject. So I can always, be a better human. So to me, being a better human is worrying about what other people think of me, um, trying to fulfill all these desires, allow insecurity to push me around, and then I blame others, and that's okay because that's about being human because the human part of us tend to be insecure. It wants to be right. It wants to be so perfected, even when we're not thinking about it. So, being a better human is not taking accountability. So if I'm wrong, if I become a better person or become more in tune with my spirit, then I admit to it. I say, I was wrong, man. I did this because of this. I was jealous. I was envious. I can control my emotions. I was being lustful, greedy. All these different things that all of these different internal challenges that we have. If we can admit that we have these things, that's a part of being human because that's what makes us human. We have all these challenges, inner challenges. And so when I became a better person, when I realized I was wrong, it was easy for me to admit that I was wrong. That was pretty much it. If I had to take responsibility or accountability, I would just do it. And I became a better person. That's only because I listened to my spirit. But when I was trying to be a better human, I always had to look good. If someone said I was wrong or if I was caught wrong, I had to make an excuse to make it seem like it wasn't me. So I was like, well, that's just being a human. But when we mature and become connected to spirit, then we start to become a better person and realize it's not just about us. It's about everyone. But that's just maturing spiritually. I guess I was just maturing spiritually because we learn to mature in a physical sense. To get more and to have more and take care of ourselves and to eat and sleep and grow and to have more and do things and have fun and have pleasures. But on the other hand, we're not like trapped in fears and trapped in our five senses. We're not trapped in having to constantly feed ourselves. Pleasure seeking and pleasure seeking. That's all I could see. Yeah, I used to pleasure seek. I always chase trying to be happy. So I wrote a book about that. Pleasure seeking. How much it costing you? Pleasure seeking. How much is it costing you? Because it's expensive to try to stay happy all the time. Like right now, I'm content and I feel joyful and I'm just relaxed. I'm at bliss. Now, when I'm out of this state, I'm not usually out of this state, but if I was to be out of this state, then I'd be looking for something. I'm looking for sex, drugs, money, a lot of attention, attention to prove I'm this or that, attention to prove I'm smart or I'm very religious or spiritual. I want to prove that I'm smarter, faster. I need to look good for girls. You know, I gotta keep feeding myself. I gotta keep doing something to stay happy. I need to be happy because I just feel really sad and empty inside. Human, I can be a better human. But when I became a better person and connected to my spirit, then I was like, well, I can sit here for a couple of hours and just relax and enjoy the trees and the birds, and I ain't missing out on nothing. That's just my human part of me, the humanity that's craving things all the time. And I said I'm not even that, so I'm not gonna say I don't feel it, but it's just like it's easy to deal with. I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything. The ego knows it doesn't exist, it's not permanent, and it's gonna go away. And it's just, it doesn't really exist. So of course it's going to be like, I need this, I need that, I need to stay alive, I need to stay alive, I need to stay alive. That's because we need to stay, we have a part of ourselves that are driven to stay healthy and to live and enjoy life and to want to feed ourselves and take care of ourselves and survive. But it's constantly keep running, So, and that's the color red, actually. So anyway, like I said, a spiritual being or becoming a better person is, when you become a better person, you can handle life a lot much easier. Everything becomes simplified. When you become a better human, you need to want more of this, more attention, more. But we don't really see it. But it's always more. It's never just, you know what I'm saying? So that's the difference to me in terms of becoming a better human, which I could be doing some stuff to fulfill my desires right now, or I could become a better person, connect to my spirit, and discipline myself. So that's where the spirit comes in, because the spirit allowed me to discipline my cravings and discipline my desires, and realize that I don't desire anything, because to desire something means I feel like something's missing. But because I feel whole and a full person, I feel complete, and I'm just alive and just like really just chilling, and being who I am, then I just can stay calm, and I don't feel like a slave to desires, because nothing's missing. We are all complete. There's nothing missing. We think something out there, we go, oh my God, I'm human. Now I become a better human. I feel insecure. I feel like I'm not sexy enough. Now to go chase women, because if I get a good pretty girl, I feel complete now. Human. So become a better human wasn't really doing anything for me. It wasn't serving my highest joy or the most highest joy. I was regressing, becoming more human. So to become a better human, my desires came from something that was missing. What else? I don't have enough money. So I can buy more stuff because I want to keep feeding myself, or whatever it is. I want popularity, fame, or something, whatever it is I'm craving for. To become a better human, now I'm chasing after money, desire for money. Now I'm lusting now. I become a better human, I'm lusting. So now I want more and more. It's just not enough. I'm not feeding this craving, whatever that is. And I took time to step back and try to understand why I was chasing things. But now I realized that desires come from thinking that something's missing, that I'm not getting loved enough, I don't love myself. So I have to learn to love myself to calm my desires. Now that I love myself and accept who I am, I'm not running around looking for a relationship or to be with a female now. If I was running chasing after women, human. I know I keep saying human, but I'm just saying like humanity is what's insanity. That's why I would say humanity is insanity. It's like, you know what I'm saying? So the spiritual work, the inner work, to read this holy book, you're really trying to figure out how to become more in tune with spirit, the totality of who you are, the 90%. They said 10% human. The 10% of ourselves is being a better human. I could be 10% all day, being a better human. But the 90% or that whole percent of the spiritual realm, that which is within all of us, it's more than just the human part of ourselves. So once again, I'm just trying to explain. We don't do this to become a better human. You'll be wasting your time. We don't do this to sound more smarter. We take this information and use it on us to become a better person, to become more closer to spirit. So reading books is not enough. You can read my books all day long, but if you could take that in and try to use some of my words, I'm not gonna say it's my words, but the words that I printed, those are the words that came from my experiences, but I'm sure they've been written 1,000 times from other enlightened people or enlightened beings. So I'm not gonna say it's mine, because consciousness is for everyone. So when you read my books, reflect. Say, you know what? I do that too. How can I stop? What's causing this? What affected my attitude? What shocked me to cause me to become so afraid to make me act a certain way? And then you'll start to see you rising above the humanity, which is insanity. But remember, peace comes in pieces. It don't come all together. Peace comes in pieces. Have a blessed one.